What's up, guys? I'm headed into work, so I figured I'd talk a little bit about some business and my work in this video, so stay tuned. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on the video. So this video is going to be a little bit different than some of my past videos. I'm not going to be doing anything really fitness related. Like you guys know, this channel is centered around a healthy lifestyle, incorporating fitness into my lifestyle, but I also wanted to show other things. When I first started this channel, I mentioned I want to show, kind of document my journey, especially with business as well, and my career, and I want to show you guys more of my personal life. So this is just going to be a quick video going over kind of what I'm working on, kind of some goals I got moving forward, business-wise. I'm not going to do any fitness. My weigh-in today was 177.8. It's Friday, March 9th, 2019, so I'm just going to get into the video. I'm heading into work right now. I wish I could tell you guys more about my corporate job and my company and, what I do there day to day and, kind of all about that stuff. I really wish I could, but I can't. But I'll kind of talk about more of my personal stuff. And like I said, this channel, it's centered around a healthy lifestyle, fitness, but I've always wanted to also document my journey along the way. I don't have the answers for you guys. Obviously, I'm still learning as I go with everything fitness, my career, just life, and I'm documenting it, so I don't know the answers. Don't think I'm trying to tell you guys how you need to live or what you need to do. I'm simply documenting it so I can, look back on my journey and kind of, so anyone who might want to follow along can do so. So, if you've been following the channel for a long time, you guys know about 18 months ago I was kind of working on my own, personal idea, and I was back and forth on whether I wanted to keep going with it or not, so I never really discussed it on this channel. I didn't really talk about it, but I was flying back and forth to Los Angeles, working on a project, so it was pretty crazy. I was working, and I would take a day off, so I would get up in the morning on my day off from my corporate job, fly to Los Angeles, take an Uber to this company that I was working with, about an hour. I'd spend 3, 4, 5 hours there, and then I'd Uber back to LAX, get on the plane, red-eye home. It was like flying through the night. I'd land back in Cleveland usually about 5:30 a.m. And I would Uber to my apartment, get changed, and go right into work, and I'd be exhausted. And I did that a few times back and forth to Los Angeles. So what I was doing was I was working with a company to help me brand, and I was actually working on creating an energy drink similar to this Rockstar. If you guys have seen the Bangs, there's 0 sugar, 0 calorie, and then they have amino acids in it, creatine. So it was basically like a pre-workout drink and a energy drink, and it's going to be something like this. That's what I was working on. So I was working in LA with food scientists to formulate a good tasting drink that was low calorie, had creatine and amino acids in it, and I was working with a branding company that was going to help me, brand it and market and that kind of deal. Looking back, I'm really glad I didn't do it, because obviously companies like Rockstar would have absolutely just completely crushed me. And I had the money. I was working on a good formula, but I didn't have that much money. So I was afraid I was going to get to a point where, you can only, when you do something like this, you can only buy a minimum amount. You can't buy a couple hundred of these. You have to, there's a minimum order amount. So you got to start thinking about shelf life and stuff. And I was worried I was going to start this and end up with thousands of energy drinks in my basement. That would have been a problem. If it didn't work, I was stuck with all these energy drinks and I couldn't sell them. I would have been out my entire life savings. Another potential problem was I only have so much money. If it had, taken off, not taken off, but if I would have successfully made a drink, it started selling, and I wanted to scale, I would have probably had to, raise money to scale it and keep it going, because I would have been out of money just trying to get it off the ground, and I don't know if I would have been able to keep growing it the way that I wanted to had it been successful. So that was an issue. Another issue was the guys that I was working with for branding. We had different ideas of how we wanted to, market the business, and we had a different business strategy. So, they've worked with some pretty good companies before, but it just, the way they wanted to do it and the way I wanted to do it was different, and I had to trust myself. Based on my finances and my belief in the way I wanted to do the company and just how everything was going, I decided it probably wasn't the right time, and thank goodness I did, because it's a really tough market to break into. And Monster has their 0-calorie drinks. They don't have the creatine or amino acids or anything in it, but probably only a matter of time. Rockstar's got this one. It tastes pretty good. It's got everything in there: caffeine, creatine, branched chain amino acids. There's the Bangs. There's more out there that I'm just not thinking of right now, but there would have been competition. I don't have the kind of money that this kind of company has, and I would have had to quit my job, and it would have been a huge risk, and I might have lost my entire life savings. And sometimes you have to take a risk, and sometimes you have to take a big risk, especially if you want to be wildly successful. I know in my career at some point there is probably more than likely going to come a time where I'm going to have to take a pretty large risk, where I'm going to be risking a lot of my money that I've been working for. I'm going to have to risk a lot of my time and energy, and just go for it, because I like my corporate job. I'm happy with it, but I do, at some point, as I've mentioned many times before, one day want to run my own business or company. I'm not sure what it is yet. I tried doing something when I was a year out of college, and definitely did not have enough money for that. And it was a good idea, so I haven't even ever talked about that. I'm keeping that one in my pocket, but I'm always thinking of different ideas and something I might want to do. So I don't know if it might not even be related to fitness. It might not be related to what I'm doing right now. I just know that at some point I want to take a risk. I want to start a company. I want to be a business owner, and you're gonna have to take a risk at some point. I just knew this particular situation when I was flying back and forth to Los Angeles working on this. I was very excited about it, but I just knew in my gut this isn't it. So I scrapped that. I'm no longer working on that. It's been a while. I decided that's not the path I want to go down. So but if you want to do something, at some point you're gonna have to take a risk. We'll see when I get to that point, but right now I'm enjoying my corporate job. I'm working very hard, working some very long days, but that's okay. Another thing, guys, maybe entrepreneurship or business owning is not your thing, what you want to do, but you can still be very, very successful in the corporate world. It just might be frustrating at first, because you have to climb that corporate ladder, but you can do it. And the way you do that is you got to make yourself a valuable resource at work. So work hard, go the extra mile with stuff, do the extra research, figure out solutions to problems. Don't be afraid to throw your ideas out there to your boss. Just work very hard, and you can climb your way up and be a very, very wealthy and successful number 2 or number 3 or even number 4. You don't necessarily need to own the company. That's something that I've always wanted to do, and not even for the money. I'm very motivated by money, but that's not really what that would be about. Like, I just want to, own something myself and, be the decision maker, have employees, do my own thing. I mean, that's always something I've wanted to do. So one day I will get there. This wasn't it, but just want to kind of talk about that because I mentioned I would, and I never really talked about what I was doing when I was going out to Los Angeles. But I'm always scheming up ideas, always brainstorming. At some point, I'm gonna get to that point where I'm taking that risk, doing something different. But whether that's your path you want to go down, or you just want to be successful in business, like, just give it your all. I mean, you got one life to do what you want. I think sometimes we forget that because life is just moving, and it's pretty cliche to say it goes fast and it's gone fast, but it's true. Like, you got one shot to do what you want. Again, I'm not telling anyone what to do or how to live, but we're not coming back for round 2 or round 3. Like, you got one opportunity, so make the most of it. Do what you want to do, and do it to your best ability. Like, I don't understand people who just coast. I work with people like this. I've worked with people like this in the past. I had friends like this. I've seen people like this. You just coast and don't try to progress. Like, I like self improvement, and why not? Like, why just coast through life? And I should be careful saying that because the ultimate goal is happiness, right? So I mean, if you're happy, you got a family, you're only making $50K a year, but you are totally happy, you have a great family, you have a home, you have everything you need, and you're entirely happy, then that is the end game. If that's what you want to do, you've already won the game. But for me, I always want to be progressing, and I've got pretty high goals, and I'm not just gonna coast through life and one day wake up and be like, shit, I wish I did more, or I could have taken that chance, or I should have done something different. Like, don't waste the one opportunity at life you have. If you want something, go out and try to get it. I guess that's my point here. Just go for it. So again, this video I wanted to make just to kind of go over, show you guys something different other than fitness, and kind of talk about other stuff that's going on in my life. I'm just working my corporate job right now. It's been going really well. But at some point I might want to do something different. And part of this channel is I also want to show how you can still live a healthy lifestyle while doing an 8-to-5 job, and you can also have a side hustle. Like, you don't necessarily have to quit your job. Like, I wouldn't quit my job without enough income from something else. So I work on the fitness thing on the side. I work on other stuff on the side. You can still have an 8-to-5, and then you just got plenty of time to still do fitness, still have relationships, and still work on your side hustles, maybe something you're passionate about. I mean, it could literally be anything. Start a YouTube channel about something that interests you, or a social Instagram page about something that interests you. It could literally be anything that you want to do in addition to your 8-to-5, and you never know what it might lead to, or it might just bring you more happiness doing something outside of your 8 to 5. So that's really what the channel is going to be about. It's going to be about, incorporating, not making fitness your life, but incorporating fitness into your life and still being successful with it, still hitting the gym, still being healthy, while still, reaching other personal and relationship goals. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. It got longer than I wanted it to, but, whatever. There'll be more videos coming soon. I've got news on Saturday for you guys. Keep documenting this cut. Keep you guys updated with anything else going on in my life. As I said before, documenting my life as I go, not telling you guys what to do, just showing you guys what I do. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though ambition flow inside my DNA.